Nice. Welcome back to Chalisco Crypto. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So let's discuss Bitcoin, let's discuss crypto. Let's see what is happening in the world of crypto, guys. Yes. You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. So guys, the crypto market is looking bullish once again. So Bitcoin and crypto, the market is up for the day. So yesterday during my live stream, so I showed you guys that most of the data are looking bullish once again, which is showing that so the market is looking. We are still on the track, so the market is looking bullish once again. So you guys can see. So Bitcoin is trading above $108,000 once again. So which is amazing. At least we are just about a few thousands of dollars away from all-time high. So we'll be looking into all those things. So just about a few hours ago, another $1 billion was just minted about a few hours ago, which showed that more money coming into the crypto space. And a seller, the CEO of a strategy, so they just added another $110 million worth of Bitcoin, which show that more companies keep buying Bitcoin, and not just that. Yeah, guys, you guys are all welcome. You guys are all welcome. I hope you guys can hear me better, abi? So you guys are all welcome, man. So let's discuss. So a fashion brand, so which is called Anapans, planning at least to raise more money to buy up to like 1,000 Bitcoin. So which is also huge. So just last week alone, more company announced that about more than 16 companies announced that they are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Not just that, another cooler, which is another company raising another $300 million to buy more Bitcoin. So, which is amazing. So, more companies are coming into the space. So, which is why I still think that, so Bitcoin is going up higher from here. So, seller added the $110 million worth of Bitcoin. So, not just that, guys, there are a lot of good things happening in the market. Plan B is saying that, this month, which is June, at least the month will be heading between at least $130,000, which you guys know that, during my live stream yesterday, I showed you guys a chart that showed that, so for sure, Bitcoin at least will be heading up to like at least $127,000 to $130,000. So most of the data are showing that. So today now plan B is saying that so Bitcoin should be heading up to at least between up to like $130,000 at the end of this month. So which we'll be looking into that. So more of the data are showing that so the market is still on track, so we'll still be heading off higher from here, which we'll be looking into all those datas. Yeah, guys, you guys are all welcome. You guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. So let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. Let's see what is happening in the world of crypto, guys. Market is still on track, so you are welcome. You guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. Favor, Miraculous, Kingdom, Trekker, Rebel, Akachi, you guys are welcome. Jude. Greetings, my man. So you guys are welcome, guys. So let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. So most of the headline, you know, so looking most of the data are looking bullish once again, and which signals that Bitcoin and crypto is still on track. So as always, you don't have to be scared. So all you just need to do is to keep taking a profit when you're in profit, and keep the DCA. So if you want to hold more Bitcoin and crypto. So, guys, quickly let's look at the market before we go through most of the headlines of the market once again. Most of the headlines about the market, they are looking so much bullish, which we'll be looking into that. BTC is above $108,000 once again, guys. So, don't be surprised. Just last week here, people was so scared. Yeah, guys, you're all welcome. You're all welcome. So just last week here, so a lot of people were so scared once again, and the fear and greediness dipped back down to 45. So we show that people were so scared once again, showing that expecting that a Bitcoin will be dipping back down to zero. That is what most people usually say. Once we have a pullback, so a lot of people being scared. So I always say you don't have to be scared. You guys can see that, So not just Bitcoin is up a day like today. So even if Ethereum first, Ethereum is trading almost back up to 2,600 once again. So as of now, Ethereum is hovering around $2,567. SRP For the past 7 days, it's still up with about 6%. So SRP is still trading around $2.27, which as you guys can see. So most of the altcoins are holding strong. So it's back up to $150 once again. So last week, Solana did back down to 144 dollars, $145 now. So it's back up once again. So we show that most of the data. Yeah, guys, Christabel. So OG, you guys are welcome. So during my live stream yesterday, I showed you guys most of the data that showed that for sure the market is signaling a lot of buy is a lot of people are buying, and the market will be heading up higher. We are breaking out. So if you guys can see that for sure the market is we are breaking up higher once again. So just like as I predicted, just like my source is so about 100% right. So before we dive in, this is during my live stream yesterday. Let me see if I can bring out the YouTube channel here. So this is the channel here. So you guys can see. So this is my live stream yesterday. I said the signals Bitcoin next huge move. So you guys can see, and the market is coming up. You guys can see that So yes, boom, where the market is up, and by Bitcoin is above $108,000 once again. So quickly, guys, even if let's quickly look at most of the altcoin. Like for example, hyper liquidity is still up huge today, man. It's about 6%. Avas. So it's one of my favorite altcoins. So, but Avas is still up with about 2 point something percent. So let's dive into the market, guys. Yeah, you are welcome, guys. Try to make sure that you always tune in. That is because I know that it will really help you guys a lot. So please to keep buying. So which is why I try my best to make sure that I always tune in every single day, so that I will be able to discuss about Bitcoin and crypto together. So in order for us to keep accumulating, so that when the market is up, we will all be in profit, which is one of the way to at least to achieve a financial freedom. So who don't want to achieve a financial freedom? And so Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets over the past few years. So Bitcoin has created more millionaire than ever. So which is why that we need to keep investing in this asset for us to be able to achieve a financial freedom. So guys, as you guys can see, this headline here, so this is another $1 billion that just minted just about a few hours ago. So even if as of now Bitcoin is trading above $108,000, this $1 billion has still not even entered the market yet. So it just minted, but what is this $1 billion coming here to do? It's because that the way the big boy, the Wall Street, they keep realizing every single day that one of the best performing asset over the past few years, between a decade, is just a Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has generated more millionaire than ever. So you guys can see from Telegraph, $1 billion in USDT, freshly minted at Tether Treasuries on Trump's chain, which is amazing. We show that for sure more money still coming into the crypto space. So one of the more money coming into the crypto space. So all you just need to do is to keep investing in Bitcoin and crypto. And which I will be showing you guys some of the signal that show that even if the plan B tweet, I'll be showing you guys that show that the data that show that Bitcoin will be heading up to at least $130,000 at the end of this month. But as I always say, so you all know that you can't predict the future 100%. But most of the data are saying that for sure Bitcoin is heading higher from here. So guys, guess what? This is our man, Favor's father, Sailor. Slade, you guys are welcome, guys. You guys are welcome. Yeah, consistency, my man. Slade, that is the truth. Consistency is one of the key, man. Keep, you keep at least tuning in every single day. Try to make sure if you have a $2, $3, try to make sure you have a side hustle, which is why I say that I don't think that we're already too late coming into the crypto space. No, don't forget that Bitcoin still have a market cap of 2 trillion market cap, and let's say in the next 4 years, which is the next cycle, Bitcoin head up to like 22 trillion market cap, which according to the market, which the same market cap of gold as of today. So Bitcoin will be trading between $1 million per coin. So guys, as you guys can see on my screen, so this is Michael Saylor, the CEO of a strategy. So Saylor Strategies added 1,045 Bitcoin for $110 million last week. That is because yesterday Saylor tweeted out on his S account that the micro strategies tracker, he said that they needed more orange. So today, which is Monday, so he just announced that they just added another 1,000 Bitcoin plus 1,000 plus, so which worth about $110 million, so which is 1,045 Bitcoin. It's amazing. So more people keep buying, and those big boys, they are not selling anytime soon, which is why I said that this is one thing that is being different in this cycle. So which is why I think that even if the market dip back down this cycle, so it will be that like the previous cycles that the market usually dip down so hard. If you still head up to the Bitcoin spot ETF, which maybe be the end of the stream, so we'll be looking into that before the Q&A. So if you look at the Bitcoin spot ETF, they are still holding a huge amount of Bitcoin. Just a BlackRock is holding more than 600,000 Bitcoin for and a Bitcoin has a mass supply. Bitcoin is 21 million that will ever be in existence. So guys, quickly let's see some other headline. So you guys can see here, guys. So Japanese fashion brand, which is called Anap, so plans to buy more Bitcoin, to at least to hold more Bitcoin the next few months, at least by August, to hold about 1,000 Bitcoin, which is still worth about $100 million plus. So which is amazing according to with the price of today. So about $100 million worth of Bitcoin. It's amazing. We show that guys, more money coming into the space. So if you think that Bitcoin will at least will be going back to zero again, like according to as many people always say, you have to think again. Think again, guys. So Bitcoin won't be going to zero. So you have to think again, guys. So there's more money coming into the crypto space. So quickly, guys, another headline here. As you guys can see, just a public company's cooler is raising up to 300 million to buy more Bitcoin. So the same, the same thing here. So more companies every single day. Just last week alone, more than 16, which I showed you guys the headline yesterday. Just last week alone, more than 16 companies. More than 16 companies. So more than 16 companies just last week alone that announced that they are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. So we showed that so Bitcoin goes nowhere. So Bitcoin goes nowhere. Bitcoin first. Let me move. Bitcoin first. Bitcoin. A second, guys. You guys let me know. So sorry for that. So guys, we show that Bitcoin goes nowhere. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. So all you just need to do is to keep DCA, dollar cost average. You guys can see the Wall Street. Most of the time, they try to manipulate the market so that at least they will be able to, take all your Bitcoin away from you. So which is why I say that keep holding strong. Keep holding strong your Bitcoin. That is because the Wall Street, they want to take all the Bitcoin away from you. So not just that, Brian Armstrong, which is the CEO of Coinbase. So those are OG in the crypto space. Those are people who have been in the crypto for a long time. Yeah, Treka. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Please, that's why I'm here every single day, at least, for me to let you guys know what is happening in the market, the technical analysis, to let you guys know. When when you guys see those huge buy every single day, we show that so for sure more money coming into the space. Those are things that happening behind the scene in the market. So Brian Armstrong, he said that so nations may come to hold more bitcoins than gold in over time, for sure. Which is Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong said that don't be surprised in the next few years. Yeah, miraculous. For sure. So he said that don't be surprised in the next few years, more companies, will be more company, more countries, which is for sure more companies are already adding Bitcoin to their reserve, to their balance sheet. And don't forget, it's a quick reminder once again that the US already add Bitcoin to their reserve. So in the next few years, more companies, more nations will be adding Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin than gold. And don't forget, so even if as of today, gold is still it already have a market cap valuation of about 32 trillion. So and Bitcoin just have a market cap of 2 trillion. So we show that we have a long way to go. We are just starting. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. So which take us to this clip here. Let me show you guys this clip. This is Brian Armstrong, which is the CEO of Coinbase. So he was saying that so Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay, and Bitcoin is a better form of money than gold. So which is why I will be playing you guys this clip. So it's just a short clip of about 30 seconds. You guys need to listen to it. So Brian Armstrong is saying that a Bitcoin is a better form of money than gold, which most of you guys already know that. So it's a better Bitcoin is a better form of money than gold. Bitcoin is the digital gold. So anything digital is more better than also for the example, the other ones. So let's quickly listen to him. It's just a short clip.
But I think it's clear at this point that Bitcoin is a better form of money than gold. It is provably scarce, just like gold, but it's more portable and divisible. So you can actually use it. Has higher utility, I would say, and it was the best performing asset of the last 10 years. And so for store of value, I think it's going to be important for governments to hold this over time. It might start with being 1% of their reserves, but I think over time it'll come to be equal to or greater than gold reserves.
Okay, great. Well, let's go to the next question. Let's go to the lady over there.
So guys, that is Brian Armstrong. He said that, he think at this point, Bitcoin is better form of money than gold. And because even if Bitcoin has more usage than gold, and over the past few years, Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets, which is just like as I was saying just now. So Bitcoin is so decentralized, so which no one control is. So it does not have a CEO. The asset that has been guided by code, and it does not have inflation. Even if gold has inflation, but Bitcoin does not have inflation. That's because Bitcoin has a mass supply. You can discover more gold, but you can't discover more Bitcoin. So this is how special this asset is, guys. So which is why, for sure, everybody need to hold the pieces of it, even if the asset is so volatile. That is because the market cap is still small. So which is why the asset is still volatile. Is still so much volatile. So the market always has up and down because for sure. That's because the market cap is still small. So now we now have a Wall Street. So the big boys buying every single day, accumulating more Bitcoin. So which is why, for sure, I don't think that which is why I think that in the next few years. So, Sariki. So Sariki, what are you saying? Yeah, Sonic, what you need to know is that, with the chart for sure, even if the market won't be dipping down anytime. So don't forget, if history is on our side, so for sure we still have some times. So which we will be doing Q&A. So I will be coming back to the chart. So we do Q&A. One thing is that for sure, if history is on our side, we still have a some long way to go, which take us to this, this chart here. So Bitcoin relative strength index, the RSI. So I showed you guys a similar chart about a few weeks ago that the RSI, at least according to with this chart, so RSI should be heading up to like about at least a 100, between between 80 80% from the all-time low. So which our all-time low this cycle was between $16,000. So now the RSI, even if as of today, is between 70. So if the RSI, let me remove this camera so you guys can see it better. Yeah. So let me remove my camera so you guys can see the chart better here. So yeah, guys. So the RSI, as you guys can see, as of today, is between 70. So for Bitcoin to head up to 130,000, see RSI need to be between 75. So you guys can see here. So which will take Bitcoin to around here. So and for us to he head up to like $130,000. It means nothing. So as you guys can see, this is a chart from Plan B just about a few hours ago. Say that would Bitcoin nice if a Bitcoin creates tests RSI between 75 again. So which is this month, and it will the RSI if RSI head up to 75, it will take in Bitcoin to like about $130,000. And before this chart from Plan B, just about a few hours ago, which I showed you guys a similar chart yesterday, which I will also be showing you guys right now. So that at least it will be taking Bitcoin to like $27,000 to $30,000. So with this for RSI to be heading up to 75, at least we take Bitcoin to $130,000. And don't forget, so at least RSI this cycle may still be up to like 80. You get that? So the RSI, if the RSI head up to 80, and which I think at least maybe taking Bitcoin to $150,000, which I don't think, this cycle RSI may not be taken. It may not possible for RSI to head up to 80%, but RSI I still think that 75% is still possible. So which will take Bitcoin to $130,000. Okay, so which is why we can't predict the future, but why that you need to make sure that you always take profit, which is also important. So take profit to make sure that you keep some cash on your side. So this is the chart which I showed you guys yesterday. During my live stream yesterday, I showed you guys the chart. Yeah, guys. During my live stream yesterday, I showed you guys this chart when Bitcoin was still hovering around the 100 and between 105 $106,000. So I showed you guys that for sure, if Bitcoin head up to like $150,000, we have a huge liquidation between $140 to $115,000. And when we have a huge liquidation there, and once this liquidation get liquidated, short liquidation, so it will be taking Bitcoin to like $120,000. You can see we have a slightly pullback down here, and boom, the next upper side will be between that 127 to 130, which is possible. Many people will get rich. I will only buy below 90K. It's for sure, which is why I haven't started my DCA portfolio yet, Seriki. So you guys know that I haven't started my DCA portfolio yet. That is because I still think that for sure pullback is possible. So guys, and another chart here, which last I showed you guys this chart before. Let's say it's been between a month now. So which I showed you guys this chart. This is a Bitcoin exchange reserve or exchange reserve. You can see that so the all exchange reserve. Let me remove this once again. So all exchange reserve is been dropping down. So there's not much Bitcoin out there. If you think that so there's much Bitcoin out there. No, there's not much Bitcoin out there. So this is all exchange reserve compare. So you can see that the chart showing that so Bitcoin exchange reserve is been dropping down like a rocket. You guys can see that's because the way keep accumulating and accumulating. So it's almost you guys can see this is Bitcoin exchange reserve. It keep dropping down, dropping down, dropping down. We show that for sure. There's no much Bitcoin outside here. So I know that so the way when they are buying, they use OTC, so P2P market to make sure that they will be able to accumulate in a long term. That is because the way it's me and you who even want Bitcoin to go up in price. The way they want Bitcoin to go up in price, that is because they want to accumulate in for a long term. They want to make sure that they'll be able to control the market in future. That's because once you hold a huge amount of Bitcoin, you'll be able to manipulate the market. So which the way what to that's why they want to try to make sure that try their possible best to hold a huge amount of Bitcoin. According to Seliki always saying that the US, they don't want to buy in a higher price, which I also think the same. So they already adopt Bitcoin, add Bitcoin to their reserve. They don't want to buy in a higher price. So they want to make sure that they want to make sure that they buy in a lower price, which you guys, most of you guys already know that who always tune in every single day. So guys, quickly, let's see what next before Q&A. We do Q&A slightly, so for sure, anytime from now. So Meta Planet, their share have been, jumping up. They have been, they added about 4,100 or something Bitcoin last month to their balance sheet. Now you guys can see. Sorry, guys. You guys can see that the Meta Planet shares drop after 5.4 billion plus. That's because I also showed you guys about a few days ago that Meta Planet said that they will be raising another $5.4 billion to buy more Bitcoin. So their share keep now they keep dropping up. So that is why Michael Saylor, the CEO of Strategy, keep buying more Bitcoin. That's because since 2020, when Michael Saylor said that, announced that, they added Bitcoin to their balance sheet when they start buying Bitcoin. So their share has been skyrocketing every single time, every single year. So now MicroStrategy, their stock has been one of the best performing stock over the past few years since they have been adding Bitcoin to their reserve. So which Meta Planet, so they have still now they stick to their plan to keep adding more Bitcoin to their balance sheet too, to add up to like 500,000 Bitcoin, just like Sailor. Sailor is already holding about 580 something thousand Bitcoin as of today. So we show that for sure, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay, guys. So all you just need to do is to stick to the game by ID bit, keep using DCA. So, guys, I want to keep it short because today I know today is Monday. So, smash the like, share the stream with your friends and family. If you are watching this, if you are watch to this place, at least watch me till now. Try to make sure that smash the like, turn on your notification bell. That each time that I'm live, you guys will get notified. So we'll be able to discuss Bitcoin and crypto together, which is very, very important. So because I know that to keep encouraging you guys to keep DCA into your portfolio, so that whenever the market is up, we will all be in profit. We will all, at least one day, we will all achieve a financial freedom. You guys know, Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets over the past few years. So even if as of today, if you check the Bitcoin performance, you find out that the Bitcoin is still up with millions upon millions of percent. So as of today, Bitcoin is still up with like about 174 million percent over the past few years. So guys, let's do Q&A, question and answer. Keep your question coming. Selike. Yeah, but one thing is that for sure. So what thing I always say about Bitcoin and crypto is that it's very, very important. Don't go all in. So Selike, it's very, very important. Taking profit. I know it's very, very important. So don't go all in. Be careful, don't invest more than what you can afford to lose. That's because the market always has up and down. Even if, as of today, people like Brian Armstrong, which is the CEO of Coinbase, they still hold about 2 million, 2.6 million, 2.7 million Bitcoin in their management, which that is huge. Which is still worth about that's still worth about so today still worth about roughly between about 200 and something billion dollars. So and this way, when they want to accumulate, they buy from those those exchanges like Coinbase. So it's way more cheaper from them for them. Even if people like Sailor, he managed you. So they like today, Sailor just announced that they just added $110 million worth of Bitcoin in their portfolio. So why do you think that the price of Bitcoin still not skyrocketing? That's because those Bitcoin that this way are selling for them. They buy those Bitcoin when Bitcoin was trading between 1,000, 2,000, $3,000. They hold them in their exchange. So they are using OTC market to buy from them. So that is because if Ceylon need Bitcoin, call Coinbase, I need $100 million worth of Bitcoin. So Coinbase transfer $100 million worth of Bitcoin to them, and they send the $100 million to their bank account. So, that is how it works. The OTC market work. So, which is why Bitcoin has still not been skyrocketing. So, which is why I said that it's still very, very important to take profit. Take profit when you're in profit. Very, very important. Take profit when you're in profit, so that you will all be in profit. We will all be in profit whenever the market is. Whenever the market is up. So, guys, let's do Q&A. So, question and answer. Yeah, favor. Thank you, guys. Miraculous. Kingdom. Thank you, guys. Yeah, the big boys keep accumulating, they keep buying and buying. So keep buying. So the market is still holding strong. So most of the data are signaling, as you guys can see, as I just showed you guys just now, most of the data are signaling, a buy signals, show that, so the market is heading up higher. So I showed you guys this chart just now. At least, if, as you guys can see here, if the ROSI, if the ROSI this month head up to 75, at least Bitcoin will be closing between $130,000. So which is not just this one, this chart here. I already show you guys this chart that show that Bitcoin will be heading up to at least between $127,000, $130,000. Before the end of this cycle, even if Bitcoin did not head up to like $130,000 the end of this month, but most of the data are signaling before the end of the cycle, at least Bitcoin should be heading up to $130,000. Yeah, Vincent, greatest. Thanks, man. Your Chidela, you was on S account, Abby. Thank you, guys. So, guys, if you are watching from S, it's true. So, some people are watching from S, and some people are also watching from Kick. So, if you are watching me from Kick, try to make sure that you are watching from a YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell, share the stream. That is because most of the time I can't stream to this other platform from this studio here. So, which I don't really know why, but future. So, I will work it out. So try to make sure that you are following on the YouTube channel. Make sure that your notification bell is on, so that each time that I'm live, you guys will get notified. We'll be able to discuss Bitcoin and crypto together. So, favor your father say, "Lord, keep buying and buying," or say, "Lord, keep adding more Bitcoin every single day." Thank you, Treka. Thank you. So the word of encouragement you guys give to me, that which is why every single day, so I always try to make sure I tune in, so we'll be able to discuss the Bitcoin and crypto market. So because I know, it will really encourage you guys. And the mistake which I made a few years ago, that is because each time the market dip back, I have to sell in loss, and I buy back, buy back when the market is going back up again, buy back in loss, which is not how the market works. Buy when there is blood in the market, even if it is your own blood, and sell when the market is in green. So buy red and sell, buy red and sell green. So that is how the market works, guys. Bitcoin is just grabbing liquidity, going down close to the CME gap. So one thing is that Selikin, I look into the CME gap. The CME gap, most of the CME gap already covered. It's already closed. Most of the CME gap is already, it's already spaced up. There's no much space between the CME gap. So I already looked into that just about a few days ago. I look into the CME gap. There is no much gap there anymore. So when we dip back down to this $100,000, the CME gap already almost closed. Okay, so that is one thing I want you to know about the CME gap. Now, one thing is that when you talk about staying away from the market, so it's look like one thing I always saying is that. If you are just coming into the market, you hold some good cash. It's very, very important. Use the DCA. So that is how one of the way. So because you never know when the market will dip back down. So which is why, because we can't predict the future. Because the market, Bitcoin market, you guys already know. We usually go with a 4-year cycle. So we usually go with 4-year cycle. If history is on our side, so at least the market still need to hit another all-time high before we dip back down. So all-time high, recently all-time high was worth at $12,000. Just about a few $100 away, a few thousands of dollars away from all-time high. We show that for sure. The market is still on track, guys. So you don't have to be scared that Bitcoin is still trading above. Now we are trading above $108,000. Just last week, Bitcoin was trading above between $100,000. Bitcoin already added, $8,000 to the price. Not even less than 7 days. Already added another $8,000 to the price. So guys, there's no any other asset that has been performing like Bitcoin over the past few years. Yeah, the CME is an indicator. You only buy below 90,000. Ah, okay, so good. So, which is as I always say, stick to your plan. So, don't just buy because when influencer think that Bitcoin is skyrocketing or altcoin is skyrocket, it will go to skyrocket, or one of the meme coins is going to skyrocket. Which I'll also show you guys that the data that show that 99% of meme coin traders are in loss. So just 1% of people are in profit. Well, and those 1% are people who usually create those meme coins. So which is why I usually say try to make sure at least you have a good amount of Bitcoin, at least 40% of Bitcoin, and spread the other money across the market. Even if NFTs too, try to make sure you have some NFTs in your pocket. Many people will get wrecked. Every cycle for sure. Sadike, every cycle, so people usually get wrecked. People who did not take profit. So which is why taking profit is very, very important. So take profit when you're a profit. Even if a day like today, if you buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was trading around $100,000, so why would you take profit? Sorry, take that back. If you buy Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was trading around $50,000, now Bitcoin is trading above $100,000. It's a good time to take profit. So you are still in profit. Even if Bitcoin did back down to another, if you take profit today, if Bitcoin still did back down to $50,000, so you will still be able to buy back a huge amount, a good amount of Bitcoin. Grayscale, something's not right about Grayscale. Grayscale has been selling. So let's quickly see. Grayscale. This is Grayscale here. Selike says something is not right about Grayscale. Grayscale has been selling. That is because you can see here. So since Bitcoin spot ETF January 2024, January 10, 2024. So Grayscale has been selling their Bitcoin, but don't forget that when Grayscale are selling their Bitcoin and BlackRock is buying their Bitcoin, why is Grayscale selling their Bitcoin? Is because they are holders. You can see that they have been selling over the past few years. Yes, since 2024 they have been selling. So why is Grayscale selling their Bitcoin? It's one of the questions you need to ask yourself. That's because over the past few years, for the past 6, 7, 8 years, so Grayscale holders, they was not able to sell their Bitcoin. They was not able to take profit. And those people were, they buy, they invested early in Bitcoin. They wanted to sell. They was not able to sell. That is because Grayscale wanted the Bitcoin's ETF to pass through for them to be able to sell this Bitcoin. So since 2024, when they now approve this Bitcoin spot ETF, so they was able to sell. So those people who was holding a Bitcoin for a long term in Grayscale Trust, so now they are able to sell their Bitcoin. So which is why Grayscale is still, they keep selling. So, but don't forget, look, so last week I showed you guys that BlackRock Trust, they go with a 30 days without 31 days without selling their Bitcoin. You can see from April 5th, so 2025, which is just last month, from April 15th, sorry, from April 15th till May 29, you can see that Grayscale was just buying and buying and buying and buying and buying and buying and buying Bitcoin. So till date, so they just take on the May 30th, that was when they sold 5,300 or something Bitcoin. You can see they still keep buying. So even if as of today, Grayscale, BlackRock are still holding 661,000 Bitcoin, worth about $71 billion, which is still huge. That is still huge amount of Bitcoin, guys. So that is still huge. We show that, so for sure, Bitcoin is still, they still hold this strong, man. Still hold this strong. Most about between 100 and 3,000. So 108,300. Market still hold this strong. Market still hold this strong. So you said it about the grayscale or the market will dip back down once again. For sure, market will always dip back down. So the crypto market is always volatile. So you don't have to be scared if you are investing for a long term. So why will you be scared when you are investing for a long term? If you are investing for a long term, you don't have to be scared. Let's say, for example, you can see that even if the fear and greed index is coming back up once again, just last week the fear and greed index was between 45, but now the fear and greed index is between 50. Most of the altcoin are holding strong a day like today once again. So it's almost back up to like 160 at least. Now it's trading between 156. So guys, most of the market is holding strong, and most of the data are still saying that we are heading up higher from here. So one thing you need to know is that Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. And over the past few years, Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets. And if you want to start investing in crypto, so you are in the right place, all you just need to do is to make sure that try to make sure that you if you want to invest in crypto, there's a link in the description of this video. Try to make sure you sign up with BYBIT or Binance. So there's a link to BYBIT in the description of this video, and you may even get up to $1,000 just by using the link below to sign up with BYBIT. So sign up with BYBIT, you verify or use you're doing a KYC. So then you will have an IBAN. You'll be able to transfer cash there. So, or if you have any friend who already in crypto, you may be able to, then we'll be able to transfer USDC or USDT to you. So you start investing $2, $3 each time the market dip back down, or using a DCA dollar cost average. So guys, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. I will see you guys all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central European time. So always tune in. See you all tomorrow, guys. So if you are watching from us once again, so try to make sure that you tune in from try to make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you always tune in together. We always discuss Bitcoin and crypto. So guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Chalisco is out. Once again, don't forget, you are smart and intelligent with Bitcoin and crypto. We will all achieve a financial freedom together.